The Big Ten has decided to cancel the fall sports season and move it to the spring. Our sports director, Zach Hanley, will explain what this means for the Badgers.
And amid all of that and the coronavirus pandemic, Wisconsinites are headed to the polls today, casting their August primary ballots. But first, in just the last half hour, breaking news. Senator Kamala Harris has been named Joe Biden's vice presidential nominee. The pick comes after days of speculation. Harris is a senator from California and has long been considered the front runner for the vice presidency. She ran her own campaign for presidency before dropping out earlier this year. She would be the first black person and woman to be vice president. Coming up later in this hour, Marquette Law School poll director Charles Franklin will be here to discuss this news and the latest polling numbers. We move to breaking news here in Madison with the shooting on East Washington Avenue.
In the last hour, Madison police say the victim is an 11-year-old girl. Our Madeline O'Neill was there as the police chief released new information today. Maddie, what do we know now?
Well, Interim Chief Vic Wall calls the numbers related to the recent rise in gun violence staggering and unprecedented. Something he's been talking about for a few weeks, but says today we have hit a new low. Police arrived to the Lexington and East Washington Avenue area around 11:45 to find the 11-year-old girl with a critical gunshot wound. According to police, people in two vehicles were shooting at one another when the victim was hit. The driver of the car she was in being the one looking after her, as well as the intended target of the gunfire. The girl was taken to the hospital. Police say regardless of whether recent shootings have been targeted, they're putting the whole community in danger.
With these shootings in broad daylight between vehicles are putting uninvolved innocent members of the community at risk, whether it's a church, a daycare, somebody's residence, or just people driving on a public street. I've said that we've been fortunate we haven't had more uninvolved people hit this year, and unfortunately it looks like our luck has run out today.
Madison police are investigating multiple locations as possibly related to this case, including gunshots heard on the east side of Madison this morning. Bullets also hit a home where two people were eating lunch today, as well as an uninvolved vehicle. Police say they do have leads in this case, but haven't made any arrests yet. Coming up at 5 and 6, we'll hear more from city leaders on this rise in gun violence.
Madeline O'Neill will see you then, reporting live from downtown. We turn to more breaking news now. It's official. The Big Ten has canceled fall sports with hopes of trying to play in the spring.
News 3 Now sports director Zach Hanley is here now with the details. Zach?
It's crazy to think just like 6 days ago, the Big Ten released its 10-game league-only schedule for the fall, and now there won't be any fall sports because the conference postponed its fall sports season. So no Badger football, no Badger volleyball, men's and women's soccer, or men's and women's cross country. The league made the decision due to ongoing health and safety concerns related to COVID-19. The Big Ten did say there's a possibility that the fall sports will be able to compete in the spring. They will continue to evaluate that, as well as decisions regarding the winter and spring sports seasons. Just a tough day all around for the Badger athletes and coaches.
Zach, thank you. Our crews are gathering information right now on all three of these breaking news stories. We'll bring you updates as we learn them through the show and tonight on News 3 Now at 5. Let's take a look outside. Very different view today. Some monarch butterflies. Yesterday, a stormy day, and we've learned in the last hour that the storm produced a tornado in Grant County just after noon yesterday. Chris Reese was here yesterday as well, keeping us informed.
Can you turn that down?
Looking better today, Chris.
Yeah, we are certainly looking a little bit better right now. In the past 24 hours, there are now at least 3 confirmed tornadoes over southern Wisconsin. Still some areas where we're getting the damage surveyed right now, but this one was in Grant County in the town of Burton. It was an EF0 with sustained winds of about 85 miles per hour at their peak. Now, this was in Burton near the intersection of Highway 133 and County Road N. But we saw several reports yesterday of the damage really rolling, especially throughout the southern tier of the area. Then you worked your way towards southeastern Wisconsin, Walworth County, Racine and Kenosha. Those are some of the other areas where they're being monitored for tornado damage. But look at this. These are all the severe weather reports from that line of storms that swept across the Midwest yesterday. And we're going to dive into more of this in a little bit more detail, just showing you how far wide across the country it was coming up here in a bit. But right now, high-resolution Doppler is clear. We're getting a much-needed break. Still some beautiful cloud cover out there along with the blue skies. The terrace seems like a good place to be if you can do so social distance. 82 is our temperature. Winds are out of the north at 6 miles per hour, folks. As we go through the next couple of hours this evening, we'll see those temperatures gradually begin to fall back into the 60s, guys.
All right, Chris, we'll check back later. Thank you. If you plan to cast a ballot today, you have a little less than 4 hours to do so. Today is the August primary election here in Wisconsin. It's the second major election in the state since the beginning of the pandemic. One of the most contested races is the Democratic primary for the 26th State Senate District to replace retiring Fred Risser. No Republicans have filed to run, meaning the winner of the primary will likely take his seat. The city of Madison has put a number of safety precautions in place to ensure voters and poll workers remain healthy.
Our Gabriella Becerra joins us from polling locations downtown to share how the pandemic has changed Election Day. Gabriella?
Hi, Mark and Susan. Yeah, we've seen plenty of safety precautions in place. Workers in face masks and face shields, plexiglass barriers, and lots of sanitizer. Just a few things to make sure everything runs smoothly today. Now, the National Guard is being utilized as poll workers. The clerk's office won't know how many of the members were used until after the election. Despite all the challenges that the pandemic presents, Madison Deputy Clerk Jim Verbick says it's still important to get out and vote.
We think voting is very important, so it's important that everyone be able to cast a ballot and have that ballot counted. So we try to make it as safe as possible, and so people should feel comfortable in coming to cast their ballot. Like I said, whether it's in the polling place or out curbside, we're making it as safe as possible for our voters.
Masks are highly encouraged for voters going inside polling locations, but it's not mandatory. And the polls close tonight at 8 o'clock. And remember that absentee ballots need to be counted by tonight. So if you haven't dropped yours off yet, that needs to be dropped off to your polling location.
All right, Gabrielle, thank you. Amid the pandemic, thousands of people have already submitted their absentee ballots. To see what's on your ballot before you go, visit myvote.wi.gov. Our political reporter Amy Reed has interviews with candidates for some of the most contested races in our area. You can find those on channel3000.com. The latest Marquette Law School poll shows Joe Biden maintaining a lead over the president.
That is one of many things covered in the survey that was taken over the last week in Wisconsin. Eric Franke joins us now with a snapshot of a few of the results in the latest poll. Eric?
Yeah, a lot is covered here, Susan and Mark. That includes, of course, the race for the White House Election Day, 12 weeks from today. Marginal difference between now and the last poll conducted in June, with Joe Biden leading the president, 49-44. Margin of error, 3.9%. Both have relatively low favorability ratings, but the president's disapproval rating has never been higher than it is now, 54%. The pandemic playing a huge role in everything, but when asked if they would vote in person or by mail, fewer in Wisconsin are saying by mail, just 35%. 46% say they'll go in person. 69% of Wisconsinites say masks should be worn. 48% are against reopening schools to students, but 45% say they are comfortable with students returning. Again, these are just a few of the topics covered in this survey, and we'll get the thoughts from the poll director, Professor Charles Franklin. Mark and Susan, you'll be talking to Charles about these results a little bit later in the show. Election Day, again, just 84 days from today.
Eric, thank you. Since yesterday, more than 600 people have tested positive for COVID-19 in Wisconsin. Nearly 62,000 people in the state have gotten the virus since the beginning of the outbreak. The percent of positive cases in Wisconsin continues to go down to around 5%. 1,013 people have died from the virus.
New cases of coronavirus are declining nationwide, according to the CDC, but cases are still high and in some areas still rising. Texas reported a 21% rate of positive COVID-19 tests, the highest in the nation, according to the CDC. Nationwide, there was a 12% drop in new cases over the past week, and deaths decreased 7% from the week before. Starting today, Massachusetts is lowering the limit for outdoor gatherings from 100 people to 50 people in response to new clusters of coronavirus cases.
There are too many informal gatherings, there are too many people at them, and nobody's wearing face coverings.
And in Kentucky, Governor Andy Beshear is now recommending schools in his state postpone in-person classes until late September, noting an increasing number of cases over the last month.
President Trump is considering limiting the return of U.S. citizens and residents who may be infected with the coronavirus. The move comes as the Trump administration officials and lawmakers remain deadlocked on a stimulus bill. President Trump is pushing for the college football season to kick off as usual, despite the coronavirus pandemic and despite today's announcement from the Big Ten. He made a similar argument in his call to Fox Sports Radio that he makes in a push to reopen schools, even as a new report from the American Academy of Pediatrics notes a 90% increase in pediatric COVID cases over 4 weeks.
These football players are very young, strong people, and physically, they're physically in extraordinary shape, so they're not going to have a problem.
Meanwhile, the White House and congressional Democrats remain at an impasse over the next round of coronavirus relief funding. They disagree over the size and scope of the next bill. A senior administration official tells CBS News the White House is not expecting negotiations to resume this week. CBS News has also learned the administration is considering a proposal to limit the return of U.S. citizens and residents from abroad if they are COVID positive. Outside legal experts in the past have questioned the legality of such a measure. Well, up next at 4, we continue our Fair Week series intended to honor farm kids who couldn't show their animals at county fairs.
Today, we head to Waterloo to hand out a blue ribbon in the beef cattle category. We'll have that story when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, Live at 4.
With Herzing University's Everywhere Classroom, you can earn a degree in today's hottest fields online. For a limited time, we'll waive your enrollment fee. See what your career can turn into. I'm possible at Herzing. Call or click today.
Wouldn't it be nice to not have to deal with your messy gutters anymore? Leave that nasty chore in the rearview mirror with a new Leaf Guard gutter system. Hi, I'm Andrew Larson, owner of Larson Home Services. My team would love to show you how Leaf Guard's patented design keeps leaves and debris out so you can give up cleaning your gutters forever. And now is the best time to get Leaf Guard. Order now and save 75% on installation labor, free financing for a year, and a $100 Visa gift card. Call to set up your free estimate today.
Hi, I'm Brian from McGann Furniture in Baraboo. We know that hardworking people want the most value for their money. When you shop at McGann's, we've already sorted out and selected the brands that we feel offer you the most bang for your buck. From young couples just starting out to people my age, we offer a huge selection at prices that will fit your budget. Plus, most purchases include free delivery and setup. Shop McGann Furniture in downtown Baraboo. You'll be glad you did.
Once weekly Ozempic is helping many people with type 2 diabetes like Emily lower their blood sugar. A majority of adults who took Ozempic reached an A1C under 7 and maintained it.
Here's your A1C.
Oh, my A1C is under 7.
And you may lose weight. Adults who took Ozempic lost on average up to 12 pounds.
I lost almost 12 pounds. Oh!
For those also with known heart disease, Ozempic lowers the risk of major cardiovascular events such as heart attack, stroke, or death.
It lowers the risk.
Oh?
And I only have to take it once a week.
Oh.
Ozempic is not for people with type 1 diabetes or diabetic ketoacidosis. Do not share needles or pens. Don't reuse needles. Do not take Ozempic if you have a personal or family history of medullary thyroid cancer, multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2, or if you are allergic to Ozempic. Stop taking Ozempic and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, itching, rash, or trouble breathing. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Tell your doctor if you have diabetic retinopathy or vision changes. Taking Ozempic with a sulfonylurea or insulin may increase low blood sugar risk. Common side effects are nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, stomach pain, and constipation. Some side effects can lead to dehydration, which may worsen kidney problems.
Once weekly Ozempic is helping me reach my blood sugar goal.
You may pay as little as $25 for a 1-month or 3-month prescription. Ask your healthcare provider today about once weekly Ozempic.
To the thousands of Herzing University nursing and healthcare alumni, for your tireless commitment, and to all of your brave colleagues across America, we say thank you. I'm possible at Herzing.
Well, stocks gave up some gains today. The Dow Industrials fell 104 points, closing at 27,686. The Nasdaq gave up 185. The S&P 500 lost 26. It is day 2 of Fair Week on Live at 4. Welcome back, by the way.
Thank you.
We are honoring some well-deserved recognition, giving some well-deserved recognition to farm kids who had their summers upended by fair cancellations this year.
It's been such a busy day today. How about some good news?
We need some.
Today, Pam, Yankee, and I traveled to Waterloo to visit Crimson Maple Farm. The Weekman family raise and sell beef cattle. 14-year-old Faith will be a freshman this year at Waterloo High School, and she and her siblings, Gracie, Caleb, and even little Levi, have worked all summer on their livestock projects.
Susie Q! Hey, Peapod, come on. Oh, jeez. What do we got?
Kettle corn. Can't go to the fair without some kettle corn.
Good call, good call.
Wow, is this a beautiful farm?
This is a beautiful day,
where
man.
Have you brought me today?
So we're on the corner of the Jefferson-Dodge County line, and I've got a great family for you to meet. It's all about the Weekman family here in Waterloo.
And we're going to meet beef cattle today.
Today it's beef.
Beef cattle, and that's a lot of work, beef cattle, right?
Oh, yeah. It can be a lot of work, and these kids each have their own beef steers, so.
Here they come.
Come on in. Look at that. Boy, they are show ready, too.
Faith, that is a beautiful animal.
Thank you.
Tell us all about this.
So this is my beef steer Bear.
Bear?
I got him in like August, I think.
And what first attracted you to him? Why did you think he would be a champ?
Well, I'd seen him before as like a little calf, and I'd always kind of had my eye on him.
Why work with beef cattle as opposed to other livestock?
It's just the hair. I like the hair a lot more. Fitting and clipping is just a lot more fun for me.
He does have great hair. He's having a good hair day.
Yeah. Every day is a good hair day for him.
Do you have to groom him a lot, too?
Oh, yeah. Every day.
Every day? Every day you have to brush him and cut him?
Blowing and...
Oh, yeah, he probably comes with as many hair products as you could have, or I could have.
Oh, so they're pretty high maintenance.
Actually.
Probably. People don't realize how much he's beautiful, but there's a lot of hard work goes into making beautiful, too.
Oh, yeah.
And every day, just to try to keep him clean.
What's the best part of this for you? The best part of the whole experience? Like, why do you do it every year?
It's kind of like Pam said, it's my sport. I'm not great at other sports, but I'm great at this. And I love animals a lot. And I just love being in the ring. It's just a really fun time for me.
Isn't it stressful with a big beef cattle like that?
So stressful.
Is it? What's so stressful about it?
Because you have to get him ready, make sure you have enough time. Your whole day is mapped out, and if something goes wrong, it can rupture the entire day. And you don't know how they're going to behave in the ring, if it's going to go well.
Tell Sue why he sets up nice.
Yeah, like
for
if I were judging you, tell me what makes him a champion. What am I looking for?
Well, you're looking at the bone structure, how wide he is, how well he's fitted.
How well he's fitted? What does that mean?
That's hairstyle.
Yeah.
So when you start with them, they have to get used to this whole idea. Does that require a lot of work? When you see him at this point, it looks like he's polite and docile and perfect. What did it take to get him to this point?
A lot of time walking in the pen, because from the beginning he was very scared. He wouldn't even let you touch him.
Oh, really?
But then you have to spend every day haltering him up, tying him, brushing him, gaining trust, and then you can have this docile, polite gentleman.
I can't get over how calm he is.
Well, he's got his buddy, too. Explain how you guys you've got your Bear, but everybody in the family's active down in the barn any given day, right?
Yes, everyone. Even little Levi. He's down there helping Caleb do his other steers. He's down there helping me push this one out to the wash rack.
Here comes little Levi. We want to get you on camera. Hi, buddy.
Hi.
So you guys all work together and help each other out?
Yes.
You're going to sell Bear, and then what's the money going towards? I mean, help people understand. They say, oh, those kids get so much money for those animals. Help them understand.
I don't spend any of it. It goes into a saving that I can't touch. and I'll probably put it into like a house or a car or some big expense
Or
later.
save for college.
Well, and that also helps a lot of these kids get started for next year's project, because bears cost money to get, even as calves. And Bear is he's got a little bit of a feed bill, if you couldn't tell.
Oh, yeah.
That didn't just come at like that. He's grown into it.
Yes.
What are you hoping to do with your career?
Well, I'm hoping that I want to go to college to be a veterinarian.
That's wonderful.
And I want to have a beef herd of my own.
Oh, that's incredible. You love to hear about women in farming, right, Pam?
But now you're not shutting the door on other animals. Tell me what the game plan is for the Wickman family next year.
We want to show sheep next year.
Oh, that'll be completely different.
Yes.
That's what it's all about, learning something new, huh?
Yeah.
But we have a little something for you, just so that you can remember our visit to the farm today and how hard you worked this year with Bear.
Really?
Yes.
It is our pleasure to present you, Bear, and all the Wickman family, the WISC Channel 3 Blue Ribbon of Champions. That's what I was afraid of.
Woo! Oh my gosh, this is so cool. I've never had a big ribbon like this before. I always get like the little ones.
It's for you, it's for the whole family, because we know that it takes a family for this kind of a project to really be a success.
They're such a nice family. The Wickman kids, by the way, had a very successful showing at the Dodge County Youth Livestock Expo over the weekend. Gracie won Grand Champion and Reserve Champion dairy steer, and all of the kids sold one of their animals in the Expo auction. As Pam and I were talking, that's a big part of what farm kids have lost this year with the fair cancellations, the money they get from the animal sales, which goes towards saving for college and other expenses. Parents Katie and Mark also sell beef cattle for individuals too. Tomorrow, Pam and I travel to Brownsville in Dodge County. We'll meet Katie Schwanke and her champion hog. So
she was so excited.
Oh, that was so sweet, wasn't it? And it really is. It's a family affair. All of the kids show, and all of the kids did really well. They were lucky. Dodge County had an opportunity for kids to show their animals, and a lot of FFA groups and 4-H groups have done that this summer to salvage
just
the
without
summer.
a crowd.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, looking forward to
thanks,
tomorrow.
guys. It was a great day on the farm. Tough assignment.
Yeah, really tough. Still to come at 4, the director of the Marquette Law School poll, Charles Franklin, has reaction to Joe Biden's vice presidential selection.
Plus, he'll have the latest numbers from the Marquette Law School poll, which was released today. That's all coming up after Chris's first warn forecast.
Comfort Services, buy one air conditioner and get one gas furnace for only $1,000. BOGOs are back, and it's a beautiful thing.
About our $49 single vision package. Wisconsin Vision. See more life.
All of my patients should have a Dexcom because it's just more information. Why wouldn't you want that?
Being able to see your numbers in real time gives you the knowledge to see the future. It's awesome.
Dexcom showed me that I was doing a dip and then a spike in the middle of the night, which allowed me to adjust my basal rates. I'm not waking up in the middle of the night and my numbers aren't going crazy.
Now you are in control, and that is so powerful.
Clean up your lawn and garden the smart way with a DR Chipper Shredder.
Reduce leaves, garden cuttings, sticks and twigs, even big branches, to a fraction of their original volume. Call now or go online to lock in factory direct savings on the full line of DR Chipper shredders.
Go online to drchipper.com to request your free buyer's guide. DR Chippers are now on sale and free shipping is in effect. Hurry, this offer won't last.
Joe Biden says,
if you elect me, your taxes are going to be raised, not cut.
That means middle-class families, small businesses, and seniors pay higher taxes. It's the biggest tax increase in history.
Citizenship for 11 million undocumented folks.
That means 11 million illegal immigrants competing for American jobs, eligible for free health care, Social Security, and Medicare. America can't afford Joe Biden.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Take a look at this.
So I look at my phone every day and I try to get between 8,000 and 10,000 steps a day.
I'm so sorry. This poor guy literally spits out his water as his girlfriend claims to walk 8,000 to 10,000 steps a day. He manages to stay quiet during most of the fake live video with just a few eye rolls and shrugs. He starts to lose it when she says she even quit drinking, even though there's a glass of wine right in front of her. This hilarious video is part of an online trend where ladies act like social media influencers to get their partner's reaction to them lying.
It is really funny.
I just love his face.
I know.
It's a great idea.
It is a good idea.
All right, Chris, no line about the weather, please.
No lying. We tell the truth and the whole truth here in the First Ward Weather Center. But I'll tell you what, we're going to talk about some of the areas that have confirmed tornadoes from yesterday, where the damage is still being surveyed, along with perhaps a big cool down to come in the extended forecast.
Now, a WISC-TV editorial with editorial director Neil Heinen.
What do you want to see in a new police chief? What does an inclusive economy look like to you? Are you looking for new voices? The Madison chapter of the Local Voices Network is offering conversation opportunities on all of these. For 4 consecutive Wednesdays, beginning this week, LVN is hosting small group facilitated conversations to collect public input on what we should be looking for in a new police chief. Next Monday, Downtown Madison Incorporated members are invited to join in a conversation on imagining an inclusive economy. And a podcast of the first listening party by staff from LVN founder Cortico is available now. We're big fans of LVN and the incredibly important work they're doing around civil-civic dialogue and listening. This is so needed right now. You can learn more and register to participate at lvn.org. We recommend you do so.
Dear Summer, how do I make the most of you? Do I kick back and relax? Or climb new mountains? I could go and get dirty. Or switch into new lanes. One thing's for sure, it's gonna be great. Can't wait. Toyota.
Right now, you can get 1.9% financing for 60 months on a new 2020 RAV4 or RAV4 Hybrid. Toyota.
Attic Angel Community has earned a reputation as the one and only. But what's so memorable to the people who live here?
It's good local heart. Interesting friends.
The view from my window.
Continuing education.
The food.
The amazing art studio.
Happy hour.
There are many reasons to love Attic Angel Community, but there's just one Attic Angel.
Great decision on your new windows. Buy one, get one won't last long.
Have you always been so passionate about windows?
Felco's buy one, get one free windows is totally rad. Felco's energy efficient windows are a must in every home. So hurry, call now.
You could say that.
Buy one window, get one free, and get no interest for 1 year.
Buy one, get one free, and soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Felco.
I wanted my hepatitis C gone.
I put off treating mine.
Epclusa treats all main types of chronic hep C. Whatever your type, Epclusa could be your kind of cure.
I just found out about mine.
I knew for years. Epclusa has a 98% overall cure rate.
I had no symptoms of hepatitis C.
Mine caused liver damage.
Epclusa is only one pill, once a day, taken with or without food for 12 weeks. Before starting Epclusa, your doctor will test if you have had hepatitis B, which may flare up and could cause serious liver problems during and after treatment. Tell your doctor if you have had hepatitis B, other liver or kidney problems, HIV or other medical conditions, and all medicines you take, including herbal supplements. Taking amiodarone with Epclusa may cause a serious slowing of your heart rate. Common side effects include headache and tiredness. Ask your doctor today if Epclusa is your kind of cure.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
What a difference 24 hours can make on the radar. Now that the showers and thunderstorms are out of here, we have a moment to take a look back on just some of the reports that we saw throughout south central Wisconsin, and they were numerous as we went through yesterday. One of those is now what is a confirmed tornado that happened in Lake Geneva yesterday. This was a high-end EF0 with winds upwards of 80 miles per hour. So in that case, we had a lot of large tree limbs down and trees that were completely snapped at times. So we have some tornado damage, or potential tornado damage rather, that's being surveyed towards the south end, Racine County, and then in Kenosha County, just towards the north of Union Grove. Then we jump back towards Platteville. This is the one that we talked about at the top of the show near Burton. That is now a confirmed EF1 tornado there. But if we zoom out, the map begins to lag because of the amount of data that it has to pull in, showing you the widespread reports that we had across the country, starting all the way back towards Rapid City and parts of Montana. And we saw damage going all the way throughout parts of Ohio from this one. So yesterday was certainly a busy day. Now that front continues to push on towards the south and east. High pressure is in control for us, sending our winds out of the north. That's keeping us comfortable. We'll eventually warm up a little bit towards the weekend before cooling down next week. 82 is where we stand right now. Temperatures are all in the low 80s and upper 70s for us. Here's what happens as we move into tonight. This is 8 o'clock. Temperatures are still comfortable into those lower 70s. We'll cool down towards 59 tonight. We'll spend another day into the lower 80s headed into tomorrow. But I'm already watching that pattern change into early next week, folks. Watch how by Saturday we start to see that cooler air on the move, and it works its way on into town. With that being said, we're looking at below normal temperatures at least for the next 6 to 10 days. Once we start next week, temperatures will be into the 70s. We brought them down from noon. Dana and I have been talking. We may continue to trend these numbers down as we move into next week.
That'll be refreshing.
Yes, it will.
Give the air a break. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you, Chris. Well, the latest Marquette Law School poll is out.
The data shows not much has changed in the race for president, but a lot of things surrounding it have. Poll director Charles Franklin joins us now with the breakdown. Hello, Charles.
Hey, good to be back.
Hi, Charles. Good to see you.
Let's start with the breaking news of the day. Kamala Harris as the vice presidential pick. Does this move the needle?
Well, at one level, wait and see, but I think it checks several things that are important. One, as a sitting U.S. Senator, she has high elective office. Biden didn't reach down to a House member or a governor, or for that matter, a mayor. Secondly, it appeals and is a direct statement to women in the party and to people of color, and both of those are important things within the party and in the fall campaign. So in those ways, I think it's a strong pick. The other is Harris famously attacked Biden in the primary, in the debates. So this is also sending a signal that Biden is willing to work with people who have confronted him and disagreed with him even in the primary campaign.
Let's take a look at the race itself and what the numbers look like for President Trump versus Joe Biden in Wisconsin.
This month, we're beginning to shift to emphasizing likely voters. Until now, we've emphasized registered voters, but as people are getting closer to the election, we're going to shift and use likely as our primary result. This month, it's Biden with a 5-point lead with likely voters. Last month, with likely voters, it was a 6-point lead. So just the smallest of movements to a slightly tighter race. Our margin of error is 4.2 percentage points, so a 1-point shift is really minuscule. If you look at registered voters, that was 8 points last month. It's 6 points with registered this month. Again, a slight 2-point tightening of the race.
Let's look at the president's favorability ratings. What do those numbers show?
There we've seen a little slippage. His favorability, favorable or unfavorable, is at 42%, 55% unfavorable. Biden's is at 43, 48. Both of them a little bit underwater, Biden by a bit less than Trump. 2016 was the first year we had seen both candidates be viewed more unfavorably than favorably. At least so far, it looks like that's the path this year as well. With job approval, though, we have seen a little bit of interesting movement. The president's overall job approval ticked down by 1 percentage point this month, but that equals the lowest he's been since January of 2019. It's a small range, but he is at the low end of that range. But maybe more importantly, on the coronavirus, he's fallen 4 points from last month to 40% approval from 44% last month. It was 44 in May, but it was 51 in March. So there's been a fairly substantial 11-point decline since March in his handling of the coronavirus. On the other hand, on the economy, he ticked up 1 point in approval to 51% from 50% last time.
How about mask use, the political hot potato that's a mask?
This is interesting. We're seeing 69% agree with the idea that there should be a mandatory mask requirement in public places. 29% are opposed to that. And there's a big party split, but maybe less of a lopsidedness in the Republican Party. With the GOP, we're seeing 43% in favor of masks, 54% opposed to them. So a small majority of Republicans opposed. But with independents, it's 71% in favor and Democrats 93% in favor. So that's why you get a large overall approval of masks and a Republican Party that leans against masks, but only a bit leans, not the sort of opposite of the Democrats of 90% opposed to masks. No, it's a fairly even split there. Also, when we look around the state, in every region of the state, there's a majority of the total population that favors a mask requirement.
Interesting numbers as usual.
Yeah, it's all going to come down to us once again, potentially. Don't you think, Charles?
Once more.
All right.
Center of
Here
attention.
we go again. Yeah.
All right, well, we'll see you soon. Keep up the good work.
Hope so.
Thank you, Charles.
Thanks, Charles. Great to see you.
We'll be right back.
At Pick and Save, we give you more ways to save on the fresh you love, like the Pick and Save app. It combines personalized coupons, fuel points, and weekly sales for the best deals. From meat to fruits and veggies to milk to whatever is in that. We've always given you more ways to save, and now those savings are even better than ever. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
My dog wants a yard.
Love it.
And another dog.
Have you looked at houses yet?
Not yet.
But that's good. I learned from Summit that it's better to start with a pre-approval anyway.
Right.
Yeah. You can decide how much you're comfortable paying each month and then back into your price range. Oh, and start putting the difference between your rent and your future mortgage into savings. With Summit Credit Union, you might be more ready than you think.
I think it's great. Summit helps people build confidence and knowledge to move forward. It's your money. Own it. Summit Credit Union.
iMart Express owns selection, price, and speed. Need single vision? Get 2 pairs for just $38.71. Progressives 2 for $76.92. Nobody beats us, guaranteed. iMart Express. Right glasses, right price, right now.
In a crisis, you're tested. As a nation, we've been tested before, and he has too. During the worst financial collapse in a generation, with our economy on the brink, Joe Biden led the Recovery Act that saved millions of jobs and restored the middle class. During the deadliest Ebola outbreak in history, he helped lead the response that beat back an epidemic and kept Americans safe. Now, we're being tested again, and Joe Biden knows the answer is not ignoring the crisis, bailing out big corporations, and dividing a nation in pain. It's working together to protect the workers who keep us strong, rebuild the middle class, pay people what they deserve, and give every American the path to a good-paying job, a quality education, and affordable health care. That's Joe Biden, tested and ready on day one.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Wisconsin weather can be frustrating. Get the latest forecast, alerts, and detailed traffic reports from the News 3 Now team. Download the Channel 3000 Firstborn app, sponsored by Group Health Cooperative, and be prepared for anything headed our way.
Last week, La Crosse County announced a case where someone was reinfected with COVID-19.
Is that actually possible? Here to talk about that is Dr. Jeff Potoff, Chief Quality Officer for UW Health. Good to see you again, Jeff.
Hi, Dr. Potoff. Good to see you.
Good to be here. How you guys doing?
Great. So can a person be reinfected?
Well, you know, we don't actually know yet. So the La Crosse case is interesting, and there's a few other cases like this around the world. It's possible that someone could get reinfected. The scenario would be that someone would, need to get the virus, and then either something about their body or their immune system, or maybe something about the virus would result in an immune response that wasn't adequate to give immunity for future infections. So that's one scenario. The other scenario would be someone who relapsed into another bout of COVID-19.
So if you get tested and your test is negative and you're not showing any symptoms, should you get retested, or should you only test yourself again if you're symptomatic?
I would say the recommendation would be to test again if you were symptomatic. So with this case, either the individual came in contact with COVID again and actually got it again. That would be concerning because it would create challenges for us as far as our thoughts that maybe you're immune after you get the virus the first time, may create challenges with the vaccine. But we know some viruses can actually live in our tissues dormant. And then if our bodies are stressed out or our immune system is struggling, they can manifest again. Chickenpox and shingles is a good example of that. COVID may be able to do that too. So instead of a reinfection, it may be a relapse where the symptoms of the virus come out again at a later date.
There's still a lot of questions about this thing. We learn something new every day, it seems.
I think that's the moral of the story here is there is so much that we don't know about COVID-19 that we still need to learn. So important to not get our hopes up too high that an infection with COVID-19 makes us immune to further infections. I think we all hope that that's the case, but there are enough of these cases that kind of question that thinking that researchers need to do a little bit deeper digging to figure out what really happens once you've been infected with COVID-19 once in the past.
We've had a couple incidents recently where people have had large family gatherings, birthdays or reunions, and then several members of the family have tested positive. What's your recommendation for how people should handle that?
Yeah, I think the large groups, and large not even being what we maybe consider large, 10, 15 people, and then seeing a lot of cases really kind of emphasizes the idea that, social distancing and masking are so important. And I know as the months go on, it is harder and harder for us to stay away from people. And it seems safe to have a small graduation party, maybe a birthday party. But when we talk to contact tracers, these are exactly the events that are spreading the disease around. So for the time being, we just have to be a little bit more diligent. And if we do that, we will more quickly get to the day where these types of parties are okay to do once the virus is significantly decreased in our communities.
Do you think this will eventually be sort of like a flu? You got to get a shot every year?
I think hard to know right now. If the virus doesn't mutate very much and we have an effective vaccine sometime early next year, it's possible that it could be a one and done, kind of like measles or mumps or rubella. But if we start to see the virus mutate and that the vaccine needs to be changed every year, then we would be in a situation where this would be more like the flu, where you're confirmed some protection from previous years' vaccines and infections, but we need kind of a booster or a little bit different vaccine every year to account for the mutations that the virus is doing. Like we talked about before, just something we don't know about COVID-19 yet.
And school's right around the corner. The president says that children don't carry this disease. That doesn't seem possible.
Yeah, so children certainly can carry the disease. We know from some studies that younger children don't seem to spread it as much as older children, but that cutoff is about at age 10. So I think it's really important when we're looking at, are we going to send our kids back to in-person education where that's available? Are we going to do virtual? To really assess what the schools are doing. What are those plans to maintain physical distancing? What are their plans around masks, drop off, pick up, hallway time, recess, lunch? Understand those things, and then also make sure that they've got, good sanitation practices in place where those surfaces that, different kids might be using are cleaned on a regular basis, because we still need to decrease the transmission among kids. We know if the kids get it, they might do okay with it, but they're probably going to spread it to adults and others, potentially people at home, that might not fare so well.
All right, the message stays the same. Wear a mask, social distance, wash your hands.
And hope for the best. Dr. Potoff, great to see you. Thank you so much for your time.
We'll see you soon.
Great. You guys have a good afternoon.
You too. COVID-19, of course, is affecting the upcoming school year, which is filled with uncertainty.
Whether it's in-person, virtual, or a mix of both, this school year is going to take some getting used to. Psychologist Shila has 5 strategies to share to help the school year start off successfully. We'll have that when Live at 4 continues.
Asphalt Paving, expert paving for over 40 years. Now offering $250 off your asphalt paving project for residential and commercial. From new construction to replacements. Call today and save at Wells Asphalt Paving.
The time is right to do something nice for your home. Why not replace your gutters with LeafGuard, the only gutter system that has earned the Good Housekeeping seal of approval? Hi, I'm Andrew Larson, owner of Larson Home Services. LeafGuard's patented one-piece seamless design keeps leaves and debris out, which means no more clogs, guaranteed. LeafGuard carries a lifetime warranty, so your home's foundation will be protected forever, and our customers couldn't be happier.
They're the best. I don't have to worry about the gutters getting clogged up with the seeds, the branches, the dirt, the roof sheddings, and it's just one less worry for me.
And right now, save big on your new LeafGuard brand gutter system and get some incredible extras. Order now and save 75% on installation labor, get free financing for a year, and a $100 Visa gift card. Call to set up your free estimate today.
Where can a healthier heart lead you? For people with heart failure taking Entresto, it may lead to a world of possibilities. Entresto helps people stay alive and out of the hospital. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto.
When a student falls behind, a good teacher helps them catch up. A bad president would tie their hands, like Joe Biden would. Even with hundreds of public schools closed indefinitely, Biden opposes emergency parental choice grants, preventing parents from choosing options like private tutoring or charter schools if their public school is closed. A lost year is unacceptable, but 4 under Biden, that's a lost generation. Club for Growth Action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Joe Biden says,
if you elect me, your taxes are going to be raised, not cut.
That means middle-class families, small businesses, and seniors pay higher taxes. It's the biggest tax increase in history.
Citizenship for 11 million undocumented folks.
That means 11 million illegal immigrants competing for American jobs, eligible for free health care, Social Security, and Medicare. America can't afford Joe Biden.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Wells Asphalt Paving, expert paving for over 40 years. Now offering $250 off your asphalt paving project for residential and commercial. From new construction to replacements. Call today and save at Wells Asphalt Paving.
Well, no matter how your student is going back to school, the school year is going to be stressful.
Boy, that's for sure. UW Health distinguished psychologist Shila joins us now to share 5 strategies for parents to prepare their children for the upcoming school year. Hi, Shila. Good to see you.
Oh, great to be a guest again.
Boy, ready or not, here it comes, school, and there's still so much anxiety and so many questions. So what are your strategies for success? What's your #1 tip?
The first is to set a structure. This is so uncertain, unlike any school year we've ever seen. And it's important whether you're doing virtual learning or hybrid or in person, to set some sort of structure, regular bedtime, wake time. If your kids are home during the day schooling, don't have them hang out in their pajamas, and then have designated times when they're studying. It's really important to get away from nagging them, bugging them. Instead, proactively ask them, how can we set you up for success? What are some routines we can have in place that you can really thrive this year?
You say love people, not things.
Yep. So we want to really give a lot of support as well. One of the best ways to deal with uncertainty is just name it and stay positive. It's a way of really cultivating resilience in your child. If they are doing schooling from home, be positive. If they're going back into the classroom, be positive. The third skill is safety. As a family, come together, talk about the community guidelines you want to have. You might even have them written out for your kids. And one of the best things I heard recently for little kids, when you're encouraging them to wear a mask, tell them it's like a superpower to put that mask on. And your superhero powers diminish if you touch somebody else or remove the mask. So really, you could even brainstorm and problem solve and role play different scenarios they might encounter, such as peer pressure, and help them come up with scripting language so they can stay on track and stay safe. Really do the best this upcoming school year.
Boy, staying positive, sometimes that's an effort every single day. People are building a lot of fatigue with this situation, but that really makes it, attitude is everything, right? That makes a really big difference.
So what else?
It is. And the positivity is really around helping kids feel secure. You know, they're afraid, they're fearful, they have a lot of questions. Really carve out time weekly, if not daily, to sit and listen to your child. Give them a lot of hugs, offer reassurance, and have some fun together. It doesn't have to be all serious. If you can find opportunities to laugh, to play. If you're schooling at home, have outdoor recess with you and the kid, your child at the end of the day or during a lunch hour. All of that helps keep it a little light in such a serious time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is a serious time, and it's going to take a lot of adjustment, but we'll get there. Shila, thanks for being with us today. Good advice as usual.
Thanks for having me.
We'll be right back.
Great to see you.
We'll be right back with a final check of your forecast.
Let me introduce me. Here I come. Yeah.
Cuts, colors, braids, and fades. We stand for style. Cost Cutter Salons.
#1 in color in Wisconsin.
These deals are amazing.
I know. How do we get them?
Okay, we have to be very subtle about asking, like this.
Like this?
No, like this.
Actually, you don't have to do any of that. We have great deals for everyone.
Even without the...
You would have gotten it anyway.
Cool.
If you've forgotten what a fair deal sounds like, let us remind you. Switch to US Cellular and get $700 off the latest smartphones with no activation fee. US Cellular. Upgrade to fair.
Hi, I'm Brian from McGann Furniture in Baraboo. What does free mean? No cost, right? We've all seen ads about free things included with your purchase. Free carpet pad or installation with your carpet, free love seat with your sofa, 2 window blinds for the price of 1. But we know better, right? At McGann's, free means free. Free delivery and setup with purchases of $500 or more within 50 miles of Baraboo. Shop McGann Furniture in downtown Baraboo. You'll be glad you did.
This is our moment to build a new American economy for our families and for our communities. When we spend taxpayers' money, we should use it to buy American products and support American jobs. It's time to help small businesses. We'll purchase clean energy technologies to fight climate change and enhance national security. We have to invest in what the jobs and industries of tomorrow are going to be. We have a great opportunity to build back and build back better. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Learning pods may help students with remote schooling, but what about kids who don't have access?
Being presented with even more challenges to the upcoming school year.
Will pods widen the achievement gap? On the next News 3 Now this morning.
Trust us to get it right.
To keep you prepared.
When severe weather is on the way.
And your family's safety is on the line.
Our team and technology are ready to help you stay safe.
Trust the First Warn Weather Team on News 3 Now.
Tomorrow will be another fantastic day for us. Sunshine will be abundant. Humidity will stay low. Temperatures will top out right around 83 degrees. It's 84 on Thursday. We'll just be watching for a small chance to see some showers pop up Thursday afternoon. By Friday, a little bit more humidity creeps in with the chance of showers and thunderstorms in the evening. That takes us into Saturday and Sunday, where we'll have another chance to see those showers and thunderstorms, but it's cooler next week. 70s Monday through Friday.
That'll be nice. Thank you, Chris. Tomorrow here on Live Before we continue our Concerts on the Square series.
And we head to Brownsville in Dodge County as our Fair Week continues. We'll meet Katie Schwanke and her champion hog coming up tomorrow on Live at 4.
Comfort Services. Buy one air conditioner and get one gas furnace for only $1,000. BOGOs are back, and it's a beautiful thing.
About our kids' eyeglass package or free lens upgrade. Wisconsin Vision. See more life.
Packer scratch games from the Wisconsin Lottery can turn into all sorts of fun things. Like 2 club-level seats to every Packers home game for the next 2 years. Just by mailing in $5 of non-winning Packers scratch games to enter the bonus drawing, or there's a chance to instantly win cash prizes. Packer scratch games. Watch the excitement unfold.
Habitat for Humanity of Dane County continues building and bringing stability to families through homeownership. As area families experience hardships, Habitat provides a pathway to financial security and independence. Strengthen our community. Support Habitat Dane County.
The Ford Summer Sales Event is here with great offers on a huge selection, like 0% APR financing for 72 months across the Ford lineup. And get peace of mind with the Ford Promise. It's summer, so grab the family and head out. It's easier now during the Ford Summer Sales Event. Right now, get 0% APR financing for 72 months, plus the peace of mind of the Ford Promise. See your local Ford dealer today.
Final touch, you can and should eat popcorn in bed at a one-of-a-kind Airbnb.
You can sleep over at the world's last blockbuster video store. This limited overnight experience is part of thank you to residents of Bend, Oregon.